Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 15th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, Scorpio, but hold on one second because I feel like this needs a good shuffle there. So there we go, Scorpio. We're going to take a look at your general energies with this first row. In your second row, we're going to look at any blind spots this week or any blockages. And in your last row, we're going to look at this as anything unexpected, like any unexpected good news. We're also going to take a look there and see if there's any messages from your guides. And, I'm just doing that based off my intuition. On top of that, at the end, I'm going to pull 3 yes or no questions. I'm also going to answer those questions as if I kind of know what your question is. So kind of like a personal-ish reading at the end. But let's see here. And I will give you time to pause, of course, at the end. Your reading is very good. The water signs this week have been really good. I've only done Pisces so far, but Pisces reading was really good. Your reading is really good here, Scorpio. A lot of abundance coming in for you, success. But I would definitely watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. But you start off with this forgiveness card. So I do feel like forgiveness is going to be good for you. But why? Yeah, leadership. I do feel like for some of you, you're wanting to heal something with someone. Here, I'm not saying that you're going to be getting back together with a person. This could also be a friend as well. I feel you have the 3 cups. 3 cups is a reunion, but 3 cups to me is more community. It's like more of a reunion between you and someone you knew, not necessarily a lover. I know some people read it as kind of like a card of reconciliation. To me, it could be like if it came up with like the Judgment card or the Wheel of Fortune or something like that. So to me, it's more of like a reconciliation between you and someone else. So if you're trying to heal a relationship here, like any type of relationship, not just love, I do feel like you might have to be the one, basically you're gonna have to be the bigger person, right? So I do feel like some of you, there could be some sort of apology coming in for you, or, but it's like you're the one that's apologizing, even if you're not wrong. I feel like you're doing this to just like bury a hatchet, so to speak. I feel like you're doing this so that you can just move forward in a situation as well. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and 9 of Cups. I get this thing about politics popping into my head as well. Not like politics, like in the news. I'm talking about like office politics or something like that. For some of you, I feel like you're just kind of playing the game here with this apology message I'm getting. Like some of you might have to apologize to a person at work. And it's not that you don't mean it, but like I feel like you're kind of just saying to yourself, I'm just going to do this just so I can keep pushing. Kind of like, kind of like a weird feeling I get, because it's almost like you don't want to necessarily apologize to a person. This is a very specific story. This might just be for one of you, and it feels like at work or in business, but it's like at the same time, I feel like you're looking at it as kind of like, a political move to like save your job or something along those lines here. I don't normally like deliver messages like this because to me it's drama, but what I would say is I do feel, for whatever reason, I feel like it's important. It's popping into my head hard, so I'm going to say it. But you have the 9 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the 9 of Cups here. Some sort of wish coming in for you. I feel like you're feeling settled is a word, but I also feel like you want more excitement. I'm seeing this right here. It's almost like this to me, like in my head, I'm picturing a Y, if you can picture it, where it's like going like this, and then here, over this way. So I feel like you're settled. It's like things are okay. 4 Pentacles, things are pretty stable in your life, but I feel you want to be in this Empress position. It's like you want to be in this position of power, empowerment. You want to be in this position of abundance and having the nicer things. The 9 of Pentacles is the Minor Arcana version of the Empress. She will always be pushing to be the Empress. So I feel for a lot of you, and it doesn't matter what gender you identify as, I feel like you're just all kind of pushing towards Empress energy. You're pushing towards that kind of glow up energy, right? And that's where I feel like you're heading here, Scorpio. I feel like you're kind of like getting things in order here with the 2 9s. To me, this can be a clue. The 2 9s, like when it shows up like this, especially with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands says you're on a journey. It's like you're on a journey to your glow up here, Scorpio. I feel like you're like trying to get right with yourself. 9 of Cups is like a card of contentment, but it's like saying you're trying to get happy with where you are in your life. You're trying to get happy on your own. The 9 of Pentacles is like just saying, is just you, I feel, getting your affairs in order. You're like, I want to have financial stability, but it's beyond that. It's not just financial. You could be saying, I just want stability with the 9 of Pentacles. You could be saying, that there are certain things that you need to get in order, or you expect to have before you start moving forward. So it's really like you're setting yourself up, is maybe the words that I'm looking for here. You have that wants quick success coming in for you here. I like this for you, Scorpio. Hermit, you have learned from the past is what the Hermit is saying to me. And the Wheel of Fortune, oh, I love this. This is definitely a major, very rapid shift in your fortunes here, Scorpio. Sometimes I think like if we do things that are seemingly not connected to our goal for preparation purposes, then we become successful very, very quickly. What the hell am I talking about, Scorpio? That's the question you're asking. What I'm talking about is the fact that, like I always tell people, if you want love, but your apartment is a mess, for example, then you're not going to attract love into your life, because it's like, are you going to invite someone over to your apartment if it's a mess? No. So it's like, this to me is you creating the environment for success. But it means everything, like literally your environment is becoming successful. I feel like I just said this to you on your readings recently. I'm getting a very similar message. It's like I talk about, it's like I'm trying to stick to my diet this year, no cheat days at all, period. I got rid of all my fridge, everything in my fridge, gone. all the bad food, gone out of the house, right? And I only have good food in the house. So it's like, because if the temptation is there, I'm going to eat it, right? If there's a pizza in front of me, I'm going to eat it. So I don't put myself in environments where I'm going to do something stupid, like eat a pizza for me, right? That's stupid for me. Maybe not for you, but for me it is. So I feel like you are creating this environment of success. I love this reading for you already. I feel like that's very good. It's like you have learned from the past. Of course, curveball, Virgo shows up in your reading here, probably wanting to communicate. I don't know. I feel like you're done with this, Virgo, if that message is for you. Next, in any blockages and blind spots, you have the community card with the Three of Cups, the card of community. So I feel like your blockage, this could be saying that, just working with other people in your life in general could be very beneficial. So for some of you, I'm getting all sorts of messages here. Like I feel like for some of you, you could be, focusing on like growing in work. And again, I feel like working with other people would be very beneficial for you here with this card. This could also be like in love as well. It's like maybe working on a team or going out with some of your friends would be very beneficial. There's this little green parrot right here on the card. And what's weird is I grew up in Connecticut, and in Connecticut there was like a shipwreck or something years ago, and there are these green parrots that live in Connecticut. Google it. You should look it up, because they're cute. But there are these green parrots that lived all over Connecticut. And I think they're like dying off because it's like too cold here. But at the same time, like here's what I'm trying to say. I feel like you could be ending up in an environment this week where it's like you're kind of like out of your element, It's like the parrots do not belong in Connecticut, right? So it's too cold. So I feel for some of you, this is saying you could be entering into a situation where maybe you feel like you don't belong. But again, I feel like working on friendships, working with the people around your life and things like that, or building a community could make you belong very quickly. So I almost get that feeling. It's like, because that popped into my head. I haven't even thought about those parrots in forever. And, I feel like it's also attaching to the cold. I keep getting the word cold popping into my head. So I feel like it's saying, kind of your blockage this week is needing to come out of the cold, but not in love. I feel like this is like a work situation or something like that. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Cups here. I also feel like you could have a dream here. Knight of Cups could be love, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but the Knight of Cups, he's normally looking into that cup. He is dreaming. He's imagining what's on the other side of this river here, and he's also like picturing his dream life, his destiny, the Wheel of Fortune right here. So I feel for some of you, this is saying you need to move more towards your destiny, and also I feel like you need to take action towards something that's going to clearly be extremely abundant. Knight of Cups to the Empress. So I feel there's a lot of abundance coming in for you, but teamwork, it's kind of like the way I look at this, is it's like the Three of Cups is supporting the Knight of Cups here. It's like there are people who want to push you towards your dreams. But I feel like you clearly, community here, I feel like you need to realize that there are people who want to help you. And I also feel like you're going to have to open up with the Four of Pentacles and allow people to help you, kind of help support you in things like that as well. It's like, I talk to people, like I've worked in business since a young age, because I had a successful business when I was younger, and I've worked with so many businesses, and there were so many times where I would, I'd be working with people who would do things like, I remember, I'll never forget, one time I was working with a guy on his business, and he was fixing his own sink in his business, and he was going off about how, how much pride he had and how to fix his business. I'm like, yeah, but while you're fixing your sink, taking all this time where you could be working on something else for your business, you could have just hired someone to do this for like $100, $200, right? But it's like you're spending time fixing your sink. Not saying it's not a valuable position or job to fix a sink, but what I am saying is I get that energy here, where it's like there are things that maybe you're doing that you could have someone else do, right? And this could be in business. For others, this could just be support. It's like you don't have to do everything on your own. And I feel like that could be a little bit of a blockage for you here. Yeah, Queen of Swords, I feel like you're seeing the light. I feel like you're starting to like understand this, you know, in a lot of ways. Yeah, you have the World. Like I said, I feel like you're opening up. The World is a goal. It's something you want to achieve with that Knight of Cups. So you're clearly moving more towards this goal. You have the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles kind of came out there as well. Seven of Pentacles is like saying, is it worth it? Here as well. I do get this like weird message, you know, popping into my head here. I feel like you need to realize like what your time is worth as well, especially like in work or business. There might be things you're doing that you don't need to be doing, you know, that someone else could do. And I feel like allowing people to support you would be very, very beneficial for you here just in general. So like, you know, I feel like a lot of you need that support. But again, it doesn't even have to be in just work or business. This could be in any other area of your life. So I would open up to support here in your middle row. In your final row here for anything, what are we doing? Oh, the unexpected messages from your guides. You have the Time Machine card. I feel for some of you, this could be saying that you are like literally, things are speeding up very quickly. 8 of Wands, you're gaining a lot of momentum. So I don't think it's a time machine in the sense of you traveling through time, but I feel like I'm getting more words like shortcuts. But like to me, I don't like the word shortcut because to me, it kind of makes you think of cheating, you know, or makes you think of like a shortcut is usually not a good thing, right? Sometimes. But I do feel this is kind of like a leap forward that you're making and you probably don't expect it. You have the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Star. So this is like a wish or a dream come true. It's like something that has potential here with the High Priestess turns into a dream come true, I feel, with this energy. This could be a Pisces or a person who has Pisces in their chart coming in for you. Pisces always shows up in your readings. You always show up in Pisces readings all the time, so it wouldn't really surprise me. I mean, to me, Pisces and Scorpio is a good match anyway. It could be a Virgo as well. It could be any sign. This is a general reading. But I do feel like what's unexpected is that something is like a dream come true with this energy. For others, I feel like you could have an idea. The High Priestess is just an idea that we have because she represents something entering into our awareness. Like she represents getting a message in your head and having an idea or coming up with some idea of something you want to do in your life. And this is actually you doing it. I love the fact that you're going from the High Priestess to the Empress. The Empress really suggests that you will have taken action on this in the future. I feel, just like intuitively, I feel this Empress is more future energy, and I feel this is telling me that you will take action. High Priestess, no action, just the idea. Empress is the rewards from you taking action. So, love it. Again, you have the Star. I do feel like this is connected to this first row here, where it's kind of like you're waiting, like I feel like you're trying to get to this place of, you know, security and also happiness with those two cards, but, you know, definitely like some major healing going on for you and significant positive changes as well. But let's clarify this, Scorpio, and let's see here. You have the Nine of Wands here. Like, again, if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch the Pisces reading. This is very similar. I do feel this energy just in general for everybody, but the High Priestess with the Nine of Wands basically says you might have these ideas. You might have an idea to start a new business or, you know, go start a new job or ask someone out, and probably the first thing you try is not going to work, is what the Nine of Wands with the High Priestess says. So like I've been saying to everybody, I mean, it is time where we really have to experiment. The people who, you know, try the most things are going to be the ones that are the most successful. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I mean, at the beginning of last year, I had 40,000 subscribers. You know, I looked at the astrology and I was like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do. I now have over 350,000 subscribers. Again, not trying to say this to brag, just giving you an example. I threw a bunch of stuff at the wall, tried a bunch of things, tried everything, and there were things that didn't work, but, you know, look at me now, right? So that's what I feel like this energy is it's kind of like the need to be willing to fail a bunch of times. So, and I would encourage you to do that. I would try as much as you possibly can, different things, things that don't work. I mean, that's the thing as well. It's like, you know, like I always say with the YouTube thing, and this is true for life in general, there are so many things I do on this channel that don't work according to the experts, right? I do so much that doesn't work on YouTube, right? But it works for me. Why? Because I was willing to try it. I feel that same energy here. I feel like in all areas of your life, you need to be willing to try things that work, things that don't work, and everything in between. And if you do that, trust me, you'll be thanking me in a year's time. So I would do it. Here's the sun. There you go. Are you kidding me? Major success, a lot of happiness coming in for you. Love it. And the Three of Wands, definitely coming in the future. Again, this is something you're building up here. I do get this energy, but it feels more like a build up. I don't think you're necessarily building something. You could be, but it feels like a build up of energy. And it's like just all going to take off. You know, everything is just going to fall into place. It's going to be like one day it was and the next, you know, or one day it wasn't, the next day it was, right? So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're manifesting things, or will be very, very quickly, but you're building a lot of momentum. Like I said, with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of momentum. It's like kind of saying, you know, these are arrows that you're shooting off into the universe, every single one of these wands. And it's like, what you don't realize is by doing all these things, by creating an environment of success, which is what I feel like you're doing in all areas of your life, it's like what you don't realize is that everything is going to be calculated in the near future by the universe, and then you're going to get slammed with success because you made everything. It's like you created the environment. This is what you're working on right now. Damn, Scorpio, I love this reading for you. So let's do a yes or no questions here. I'm going to pull 3 cards, 1, 2, and let's see here, 3. Feel free to pause this video, 1, 2, 3, and feel free to pause it if you need to, but I'm going to answer with a yes or no, and I'm also going to answer it as if I know what your question is. So for number 1, we have the Queen of Wands. I would say yes. I feel Queen of Wands is like an energy of needing to be very bold, very assertive, and really go for something you want. So I would say that. I'm getting this message of needing to pay attention to any signs and symbols that you see around you. Like, you know, she has this black cat right here, Scorpio, and it always reminds me of like, if you have certain things like repeating numbers or anything like that in your life that you feel like are important, pay attention to those signs is what the Queen of Wands says to me. I feel like someone finds you attractive as well. If you're asking about a person, I feel like there's a lot of desire and attraction still there. For question number 2, you have the Wheel of Fortune, yes. I think Pisces also had the Wheel of Fortune for their yes or no, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not, but no, I think they did. But anyway, I feel like there is a major turnaround coming in for you. This is like a lot of luck coming in for you as well. I see like gold, like raining, like jazz hands, like raining down over you here, Scorpio. And this is your card. You show up right here. You show up as the Phoenix here. And in traditional astrology, ancient astrology, you were originally the Phoenix. You were not the Scorpion. And so I feel in a lot of ways there's like a lot, there is gold coming in for you. There's like a lot of success coming in for you here as well. I also feel like something is like part of your purpose with this card, but yes. For question number 3, I would say yes, King of Pentacles. So a lot of success coming in for you here. I feel like there's a need to make sure something doesn't get boring is what's popping into my head right off the bat. I feel like there's a need to spice things up. You know, if this is a relationship, of course, do that. But I also feel like there's a need to like try new things. I feel like the only danger here with the King of Pentacles for you is getting stuck in a comfort zone or getting stuck in the way things have always been done. But this is one hell of a reading here, Scorpio. Love it. Really good stuff. So thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Scorpio, and definitely enjoy your week.